This is insane. I just can't believe this. Guys hopped out of the car because he thought we were going to roll it. That's just put a call to the radio for help. Lost a moment of concentration and he's gone down over the edge of the bank. Have you ever heard of Gunshot Creek car? They're basically that the door. Can't believe this track we've stumbled across out here. All my bedding doesn't fit in the rooftop tent. It did fit in there when I had the original mattress, but when I upgraded to that big, thick, comfy one, I just leave my sheets in there and then I put the doonas and pillows in the car. It's much easier now they've got this room in the canopy rather than chucking them all in the back seat. If you try and put these doonas and stuff in the rooftop tent, the seal doesn't fully close properly. Like, you can close it, but the seal doesn't connect, and then you risk getting dust and water in there. Another beautiful night up on the mountain here, all packed up camp, and we're going to head down onto the bridle track now and down along the rivers. Hoping it might pass by. It just gets me down the charms of driving a Porsche to Here I am back out in the middle of a river. Sort of followed that bridle track, maybe trying to find the boulders here, about 10-15 k's. Quite a nice drive through there, and there's heaps of good campsites along the river. Sort of had to keep going because we're meant to meet Shad this afternoon. Now, one way out of this track's closed, and this is the only other way without going back the way we came, out Root Hog Road across the Macquarie River. But this is fairly hectic. I think it's drivable, but it's a long way. There's a lot of water in here. I can walk it all good. Just a few boulders in it. So I think I get the heart rate going. Okay, definitely a bit nervous about this.
You've made me nervous.
Made kind of nervous. I'm just gonna go first gear low, keep it slow. Seatbelts off, windows down. We get that rear locker in. Yeah, you're gonna have to hang wide. So it's deep, but there's not heaps of water flowing, which is the saving part of it. My toe really hurts. I smashed on a rock in there.
Oh my god, dude.
Bit of depth there. Alright, we're at the halfway point. Now dip into this next bit. That was crazy. That was a river crossing and a half.
Wow, okay, you freaked me out. No water even got in.
Alright, that was all good. The water not moving fast is a saviour through there. Even though it's deep, it's not really flowing too fast. It's still quite walkable. Dad's going to come across now. I've got the radio. I'll walk out here and try and guide him around those big boulders. You just have to hang wide. Yeah, I'll try. I'm filming as well, but if you just hang over near those rocks on the driver's side a bit, not right over near them, but within a metre of them, you're good. just go hang right a bit again this side. Go turn right a bit.
Oh, that was doing it.
Fair crossing.
Yeah.
It was all good, but like didn't move the cars or anything. Like a couple of those ones yesterday moved the cars.
Yeah.
That was all good.
Yeah, the water force wasn't there.
I don't think so. Did yours get a bit of water in it, did it?
I thought that was dripping too long.
Yeah, a little bit's gone into that carpet there. Hey Kai, did our car get water in it? Pa's got a little bit in it. That's interesting. Dad's got water in it, mine didn't. I know some people say to do your windows all the way up, air conditioner on to help air compress the car or whatever it is, but we have our windows down in case you need to quickly get out, in case the car gets it off down the river. Dad has his windows down too, but yeah, I don't know if he was in there a little bit longer than me. Were you in there maybe a little bit longer than me?
I would think so. I was crawling a little bit.
Yeah, that's why I just maintain a bit of throttle. Start getting water in it. Just gonna pull up here on the river for a little bit of lunch. Once you came across, we sort of came down the side track which followed this river for a bit, come to a dead end here. There was quite a bit to explore back further up, like tracks up hills and around across the river and that, but then we heard that we might not be able to get across this river, so it was like, oh crap, we better come up and check rather than mucking around there for hours and then getting here and realising we can't even get across. We gotta go all the way back around. But yeah, we're across now, but it gives me a chance to come back another day and check that out a little bit more. Amazing area out here, this big gorge or whatever you call it, when all the river flows through it. Super glad we made it across that river, because if we couldn't get across there, then it was like probably 3 or 4 hours all the way back around to meet Shad, and now it's not too far away. Finished up lunch, we're gonna continue back along this river and then up Root Road over towards Ophir. Like up there, but I don't think you'll do it. We're just on our way up out of here now. That's where we came across down Macquarie Crossing. No, the crossing of the Macquarie River. There's all campgrounds down here. We just took the most difficult way up out of there, but Dad can't climb that without a locker. I'm sort of keen to take on a few challenges, test out how it feels with the new chain canopy on it.
The charms of driving a Porsche to work, and all the little voices are what is love. And I wonder, do you think we can be better? Do you think we can be better? Do you think we can be better? No, I don't think so. Do you think we can be better?
Made it through to this Ophir area, which by the looks of things is one of the first gold mining digging areas, or you know, super popular one. There's heaps of gold history out here everywhere. And there's quite a few tracks to explore, so kind of went into the main areas, the main campground, and set up there with toilets, a big swimming hole and all that sort of stuff. But then there's quite a few tracks in the area, so out doing some exploring, seeing what we can see and find as per usual. Just start taking tracks. People always ask how I find spots out these places, where you just head out and start taking tracks and see what you come across. And that's what we're doing. And Shad's here, joined us as well. Sweaty running this camera around. I'm going to need another swim, but it's awesome fun out here. It's sort of tracks crisscrossing everywhere and weaving your way along the creek and river and through this little mountain area. Disused track we're on now. There's a heap of fun out here in these rocky creek crossings, navigating the boulders, and then there's a bit of a step up out the other side on this one. You'd be happy to have those new rock sliders for this sort of stuff.
About to find out. I thought the front light left me down on those slippery rocks, but it went alright.
Yeah, those tyres. Dad's got pretty bald tyres on his MUX. He's got the Toyota. How long have you had those Toyotas? Nearly 50,000 Ks?
Yeah, I have, yeah, 50,000 K.
They're getting pretty worn. We were going to get some before this trip, some new ones, but we couldn't get them in time, so hopefully after this trip he'll get some new tyres on. These ones are still road legal and everything, but they're just getting quite worn for this sort of stuff, so going to get some new tyres. And hopefully organise a locker finally as well. Once we get back, get the new tyres and then get the locker. But the locker's about $2,500, which is a lot of money for a locker. For an ARB or a Harrop one, there are cheaper brands, but we kind of wanted to stick with one of the well-known big brands. And then I got the single rear locker in mine, and then Chad's got the twin lockers in his Cruiser. But yeah, it's been a long time coming for Dad to get his locker for his MUX, but once we get these tyres, then we'll hopefully be able to organise a locker. Trying to find camp soon, hopefully. We haven't come across much, sure we will soon. Got a fairly decent hill climb up out of here. Decent ruts there, and that's very shaly rock. found ourselves a camp. I don't know where we are, but out here somewhere in amongst the tracks, and yeah, we'll just set up here. Nice flat bit of ground for us to all get our vehicles in here. Out here, peace and quiet, no one else around. Should be a good night.
Quick out.
Yeah, so it's 4 clips, push up, and you go clip that, and then clip this one here, and then once you're inside, you just got a bar to straighten up. Like, that's pretty much done. So what's on the cooking show tonight?
Nachos. So like when I'm growing up, I'll just have tacos for dinner every night.
Okay.
Yeah, if anybody wants to hire me $600 a month for cooking breakfast and dinner, lunch is your job. Well, no, I'm just gonna skip school. I mean, I've already started to earn my money. I've already got a job.
Oh, you spilled it.
Fancy meals.
Nah, wrong spot. Oh, yuck, not there. Throw it in the bin. New dinner. What are you cooking, Dad?
I'll call it butter pumpkin so it sounds good. It's a squash, it's a vegetable mix. It's got squash in it, it's got carrot in it, it's got pumpkin in it, with a big piece of butter. Makes it divine.
This time of year is good. Sort of get to camp around 6 o'clock. You know, you really get to make the most of the day, and then you can sit at camp and enjoy it, relax, get a fire going, cook some dinner, and then watch the sunset go down. It doesn't get dark till after 8:30 or something. Whereas in winter it's dark by 5:30. And just another beautiful spot here. We sort of got out in the bush, middle of nowhere, to ourselves. How we love it. We always avoid those main campgrounds if we can. People always ask me for directions and coordinates and oh, where's that spot and where's this spot. Honestly, like, you just head out on the tracks and you see a flat bit of grass and you make the most of it, and once you sit down and enjoy it, they're always beautiful spots. You can find them everywhere. There's no need to ask me for the particular spots that you need to be. They're out there everywhere for you to find. And I find that you get a lot more enjoyment out of it if you do find these places yourself. And I don't keep track logs, coordinates or anything like that. It's just all in my head, and I do forget places a little bit from time to time, but a lot of them are stored in my head that I remember. And if we go back to certain areas, I remember where things were that we did or saw. Come for a walk down here to enjoy this last bit of light as the sun goes down, and I go sit back up by the fire for the night. For charging gear for this trip, we've just got a temporary setup in the canopy at the moment. We've just got like two 12-volt outlets, a couple USB plugs, and then the Anderson for the fridge. And then for the inverter for charging all my camera gear and laptops and all that, it's still just on the back floor and a mess of wires here, which I'm sure will be upsetting for a lot of people. But it works nice and easy here, and I just plug my things in, really no drama. But this is what I sort of want to get in the canopy maybe. I don't really want to leave it on the back floor of the car forever. Works for the time being, but gets the job done, gets all my drone batteries and camera batteries and laptops and GoPros and everything else charged that I need to film all this stuff. Got the 100 amp hour lithium battery, which is enough power for us because normally only at camp a night anyway. That'll sort of last a couple of nights if you need it to. And I got the solar blanket to plug in. You can see there on my phone from overnight and charging a heap of camera gear, and that was still on 67%, and with this lithium you can drain it down to about 15-20%, no problems. And you can see what it's drawing there at the moment. I'm charging the drone battery running the fridge. I think I'm charging something else off there as well. But yeah, this is good. This is just the app that comes with the Victron and Safari gear I got. And you can sort of monitor it all, see what's going on. Just in the process of packing up now, just about done, and then we're gonna head on out of here. We go for a bit more drive around the area and then try and find a swimming spot. I think it's gonna be a little bit warmer today. If you try and put more,
Serve to me, serve to me, serve to me, whoa, whoa, whoa. And when you do, turn on that notification bell.